That's what we're going to do today. You got to spend about a good hour and a half with your boy who's in the building. I'm in the building. You in the building. We in the building. We're going to play some video games today. So here's what I'm going to need you to do. I'm going to need you to grab, I don't know, 5 people. Give me 5 people. Yeah, let's get 5 people. Make sure you send the link out to them. Get them a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I also want you to make sure you subscribe. It's your first time here. Subscribe for more content. Why? Because that's all we do here. We play video games, we play more video games, and we play video games. So that's all about it. But I gotta ask you before we do. Are you ready? Because if so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, fish and birds, I don't care if you're an alien. You are about to enter the challenge.
What is going on, YouTube, man? That guy's crazy. He's full of energy. Nobody knows what's happening with him. Yo. What is going on, YouTube? Obi Rose Kenobi here, and I'm going to be here with you for about the next hour as you guys are driving home, picking up your children, do whatever you're doing. We're going to sit here. We're going to have a blast. But before we do, guys, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. Here's what I'm going to need you to do. I'm going to need you to go ahead and tweet this out. Send to whoever you want, however you want. Just put it out there. We're going to go ahead. We're going to share. I've already shared it to Twitter. You're going to see it shortly. But before we go ahead and do that, there's something that we need to go ahead and do. And we have to address the elephant in the room. Now, before we move on any further, in today's show, I want to throw this out there. Yesterday, there was a little bit of a discussion on my show about who the top villain and or villains are of all time. And I put out this tweet, as you can see. Okay, here's the question, right? Who's the better villain, Negan or Darth Vader? And it's cool because we got about 10 votes. And I have yet to vote, but you know my vote obviously goes with Darth Vader. This is shameful. Not gonna hold you. This is shameful. This hurts. This hurts that a bunch of 10 people voted. Not mad about the number of people voted. I'm very mad about the outcome. 60% for Negan. 60% for Negan. I mean, I guess I got to get used to disappointment. I mean, did we not forget where we come from? I mean, look what Next Generation Gaming said. Thank you, Next Generation. I appreciate what you did. I appreciate you commenting. Darth Vader literally blew up planets of people. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Negan's trying to be Vader. But, I don't know. I guess the show must go on. Let's see, who do we have in the building right now? As of now, it is Cowboy. He says, not Vader. He told me. Sanchez Gaming is in the building. Cowboy says he tried to tell me. What's going on, Sanchez? What's going on, Cowboy? I don't know. You know what? Hold on. Let me do this right away because I feel like this is about to get really, really good. Let me go ahead and put the link in right now. Let me copy the link. Anybody can join. Anybody can be part of the discussion. I agree with Sanchez. Oh, man, is this the We Hate Negan stream? Ideal is in the building. It's not. Listen, I love Negan. I love Negan like the next guy. But he's not number one. And that's my point. Negan is not number one. If you want to put him anywhere between 5 and 10, I can agree with that. But number one? Numero uno? Mi amistades. SOS no bueno. It's no good. It's not going to work. We all know who the number one villain of all time is. You guys voted wrong. That's all I got to say. You guys voted wrong. You guys voted dead wrong. I get you like Negan. I like Negan, but he's not number one. He deserves to be in the top 10, but number one? Come on. I don't want to hear it. We're going to go ahead. We're going to move on, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with the news. Guys, there's been some good news today. There's been some good stuff that's been happening today. So let's go ahead. Let's jump into it. Let's scroll down. Let's take a look at it. Let's see. This was from yesterday. Okay, so first and foremost, first things up on the list. Once again, anybody can join. We got HBO The Last of Us. Apparently there was a leak, and it's been reported that The Last of Us is going to come out Oh, 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Cowboy is entering the building. Let me go ahead and add him to the building. What is going on, Cowboy? Good to see you. How you doing? How you been?
Yo, not for nothing. The number one villain is probably Gargamel from Smurfs. Bro, Gargamel was a villain, boy.
Yo, you really just want Gargamel. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this right now. Gargamel or Dr. Claw? That's all I need to know.
Oh, but you know what? I think Gargamel is more popular than Dr. Claw. I feel like the Smurfs was a lot more recognizable than Inspector Gadget.
And you said your favorite word, popularity. You're 188%. I hate to tell you. Listen. I got to take Dr. Claw over Gargamel. And here's the cool thing: you never see the dude's face. It's almost as if every villain, even Gargamel, was trying to do what Darth Vader did. Just throwing that out there. Who came first, Darth Vader or Gargamel or Dr. Claw? We all know it was Darth Vader. Everybody's trying to be a replica of Darth Vader. What's going on, Cowboy? So check this out. We're getting The Last of Us on January 15th, and they are saying that it's going to
home,
be.
But I wanted to pop on because I wanted to throw that in there just to give you a curveball with my guy Gargamel.
You got Gargamel?
Yeah.
All right. So, The Last of Us, I want to know your thoughts on this. Talk to me real quick. The Last of Us is coming. We're getting 9 episodes. You already said that it's not going to be something that you're probably going to watch, but what do you think?
No. I will watch it. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, you're disappointed. That's what you said. You said you're disappointed. Come on. What's going on? What do you think? Do you think this is going to be a good 9 episodes?
I got a feeling it's gonna be really good. I got a feeling they're gonna nail it because I don't think the scenery and everything is that hard to do. I got a feeling HBO is gonna pull it off. I think they're looking to grab Walking Dead fans. When you look at all the advertisements, it's almost like they use the same lettering, and I think they're gonna be able to make a better world than Walking Dead. Also, I think the atmosphere, I think how they do the story and the character, like I think Joel is gonna be like the new damn, I forgot his name.
Rick?
Yeah, the new Rick. There you go.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I got into The Walking Dead because of you, actually.
True.
Oh no. Well, I got into The Last of Us because of you and The Walking Dead because of you and a coworker of mine. And they're basically, I was like, yo, this is the same exact thing. Like it's hand in hand. I don't know why The Walking Dead was ever called The Walking Dead. It should have just been called The Last of Us, to be honest with you. So we're about to just rehash The Last of Us, I guess, in my personal opinion, with new actors, you know? So, all right, let's go ahead. Let's move on with the news. My cousin sent this to me. I thought it was pretty cool. We got this Mario guy. I don't know if this is a wheelchair or not. Oh, wait, he says, hold on. Sanchez says, Mum-Ra from the Thundercats is the best villain.
Hey, not for nothing. Mum-Ra, man. Listen. I am Mum-Ra. The ever-living.
Okay. Sanchez, we got to ask you this now. We're looking for an answer. Mum-Ra or Skeletor? That's all we need to know. That's all we want to know.
Yo, I got to go with Skeletor.
I
got to go Skeletor.
You got to go Skeletor.
I'll go with Skeletor.
All right, I just gotta know. I just gotta know where we're at here. I gotta know where we're sitting.
I got. But I mean, we could throw the counter in there. My man, Cobra Commander.
I was just thinking about that. I was gonna say, you know what? I gotta add Cobra Commander in for the third, but I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'll wait until somebody brings. We'll wait for another. Okay.
No, I got you.
Cobra Commander or Shredder?
I got the worst one though. Shredder.
Okay.
You know what? You give Shredder credit, but I'm going with. You ready? Megatron.
I can do it. I can definitely dig it. Megatron. Okay. We're going to take Megatron over everybody we just named because I can live with that. I just want to make sure. Amazon Ron is here. Check him out. Street Sharks Ron is here. I could dig it.
Yo.
This is awesome. All right, so my cousin sent this to me. There's this guy on this wheelchair. I think this is a wheelchair. Or like it's one of those carts that you shop with. Yo, look how fast this thing is going. Like this thing is, dude is like literally like on point. And he's dressed up as Mario shooting fireworks out of it. This is like the coolest thing ever. I thought it was really cool, so I wanted to share that with you guys. All right, let's get back into some real news, some real gaming news, some stuff that we really need to discuss. Real quick, we got Metal Gear Solid 4 plastic model kits are available. If you guys are into Metal Gear Solid, I know I am. It's something to look into. I think this is actually really cool. Sony has now sold over 23 million copies of God of War. I think that is really, really cool. I think we got a week left until we get into God of War, which is going to be really, really cool. So I know everybody's excited for that. I don't feel like I'm going to stream that week, to be honest with you. I might just be going in. Oh, Holt is in the building. He says, that cart is hilarious. Yes, it is. Cowboy's in the building. We're going to go ahead and add him back. And let's go ahead and move on to some Street Fighter news. Now, check this out. Yo, this is why I want a hitbox. This is like so cool. One is Street Fighter 6. But look at this. Like he's charging up. He's able to get the charge. And they're saying the hitbox is very perfect for Guile Street Fighter 6. All I know is I can't wait till October because that's when it's going to be coming out. We are going to really kick up for Monday Night Fights next year. I mean, I know we're kind of testing it and having fun with it now. But I feel like next year with all these games coming out, Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, like I feel like we're just going to have a blast. So let's get ready. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. And if anybody in chat can answer or you can answer, didn't they say if you pre-order starting today, if you pre-order God of War, you'll be able to do the pre-install? Is that a thing?
So I think that is a thing. Now, here's the thing. I'm actually pre-ordering it on Friday.
Okay.
I wasn't able to get to it, paycheck and stuff like that. So Friday, I was just hoping that I'm actually going to be able to pre-order it, to be honest with you. I know when, and this is going to sound crazy, when Ghost of Tsushima came out, I had already pre-ordered it, but I went to a friend's house and I was like, yeah, you got to get this game. And I showed it to him on the PlayStation, and it was like, pre-order's not available. And I was like, how do you run out of a digital pre-order? I was in the same boat as you. I was like, yo, that's like really, really crazy. So I don't know. I don't think it. I hope I'm going to be able to get it. I mean, worst case scenario, I have to wait until the 11th to actually buy it. But the preload is there. I do know that for a fact. I've seen some people tweet and they have the music. I'm staying away from anything kind of really God of War related unless it's like, oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, I have Cowboy here. This is perfect. I want to touch all this. But before we do, this is something right here I want to talk about. Cowboy, I'm glad you're here. Let's do it. So, all right, it says, Bruno Velasquez, director of animation for God of War Ragnarok, stated, guys, I want you guys to hear me clearly. He stated that the game did not fully exploit the capabilities of the PS5, as one of the studio's goals for designing the game was to achieve the best possible experience for the PS4. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to talk about this, and here's why. I just got Gotham Knights, and everybody had their panties in a bunch that Gotham Knights was only 30 frames per second. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is not the point of next-gen gaming to be next-gen? So, because Gotham Knights didn't produce at 30 or at 60 frames per second, which I understand the argument, this game doesn't even let you use the PS5 to its capability. And here's my question. My question is this. Are we going to give God of War Ragnarok as much hate as we did Gotham Knights? Now, I'm not on the Gotham Knights side. I'm not on the God of War side. But I do feel like this. If you're going to hate that Gotham Knights is 30 frames per second, you better be going off that this game does not explore the PS5 to its best capabilities. And I do understand the 120 frames. Trust me, I get it. But how you going to be mad that one doesn't produce on a next-gen console and that this one doesn't?
Okay, so
let's hear it. Let's talk about it. What's going on, Geek to Sneak? I see you in the building.
All right, so here's the thing. What you guys don't know is Rose and I, we talk every morning. On my way to work, on his way to work, his travels, we talk every morning. We actually had this conversation. And here's my issue with Rose and his flawed way of thinking. Rose, there is not one game out on the PlayStation 5 that pushes the PlayStation to its full exploits. So I'll just and that's all I'm gonna say. So until you find the game that a developer said, man, this blows. The PlayStation 5 almost didn't be able to handle this game, but there's no game.
So that leads me
last year that Ragnarok was PS4. I should have just kept my PS4 Pro. Yeah, I mean, some people could say that.
But, and I'm in Holtz's boat right now. In all honesty, why do I have a PlayStation 5? Like, seriously, why? Go ahead. I'll let you go ahead.
Okay, so for me, when I talked to TK9, I explained that. So him and Doc was going back and forth to what's next gen. Next gen for me is to give me something that I couldn't do last gen. Now, if you just want to play God of War just to say you played it, fine. Play it on a PlayStation 4 Pro. They just said it's fully optimized, right? However, last night I played Modern Warfare, 120 frames, right? So for me, seeing that, I'm like, wow, that's cool because next gen had 120 frames mode. Now, previous gen, nothing could do that, right? So, yeah, I mean, you play God of War on a PlayStation 4 Pro. Nobody's going to stop you. You're still going to have the same ending, still going to have the same characters, same weapons, but you got the next gen console to less loading, higher graphical fidelity. So you could play it, cool, but it's not going to look the same as it will look on a PlayStation 5. And if that doesn't bother you, get it on a PlayStation 4 Pro.
So this is my argument though. Everybody, remember, everybody was going off about Gotham Knights. It's the same. It's the same argument at the end of the day.
It's not the same.
It has to be. It has to be.
It is not. Because
it has to be.
The wording isn't even identical. The wording for Gotham Knights was it cannot do 60 frames because of the dynamic tethering co-op system.
Well, we all know that was a lie. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not coming out. Yeah, that's BS.
So that's what the wording was. This wording that you read is that the PlayStation 5 or God of War, this new God of War, didn't push PlayStation to its limits, right? Now, I told you in the car earlier, that's a good thing because that means we got some more years to see some more amazing looking games. So,
yeah. What's going on, Nerds World? It's good to see you. I got to highlight a couple of these comments real quick because, hold on, let's look at these comments. I like what Ron says. Why do PS5 games cost $70? Well, that kind of started happening with the Xbox 360. Games went from like $40 to like $59.99, and then when PlayStation 3 came, it was just a wrap. So we can't really argue that. I love what he says. Get a PC and set. Go ahead.
No, I just want to give a quick. If you put Ron's thing back on, Ron, the way I explain it is, I think it's advancement in technology, right? So this controller. Here, let me do this. We're gonna do a little show and tell.
All right. While he's doing the show and tell,
I'm ready.
Oh, he's ready. He's ready. Okay.
I don't take that long. This controller is my favorite controller of all time. It's a PlayStation 4. Now they have what's called a PlayStation 5, right? Two different controllers, right? This one even feels heavier. What this can do, this can't, right? So if you got certain games that was $60 and utilize everything this could do, right? So now they're making games that could utilize everything this can do. So it can't be the same price if you're going to be able to, one, the game's going to look better than it looks on this. Two, the game has a controller that's going to allow you to be able to do things that this controller couldn't. So I think they decided that, and again, this is just me, I'm making logic out of it and I'm not being emotional like some people just want to cry. But I think they figured that this controller is going to allow you to do things you couldn't do on this platform. So it's going to cost more money because the engineering that goes into a game to be able to add features that this could do, that to me makes up that extra $10. Plus it's just next gen, so they're going to throw extra money on it just because of that. But that's
okay.
My thought.
Does your PS4 controller have a speaker on it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so the idea with the PS4 controller was that what your PS5 controller is doing now, they wanted to do with the PS4 controller.
Yeah, they wanted to do that. Yeah.
It just didn't happen. So I understand. Trust me, I get that. But I got to get to this comment right here. Geek the Sneak says, get a PC instead. Geek, this is my issue with getting a PC. Well, one, I have a PC for gaming. I actually have a gaming laptop. But here's my issue. I'm not waiting 5 years to play God of War Ragnarok. Just throwing that out there. That's, I mean,
bro, I'm already terrified now to get the story ruined. Hey, bro, I'm already terrified now to get the story ruined. Imagine waiting 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years, you're in some trouble. But I do agree they should add graphics options like on PC games. I'm starting to see that more. I think like Avengers has that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gonna actually he showcased Call of Duty. I'm pretty sure Call of Duty has it. Yes. But here's my deal. At the end of the end, hold on, I got it. Hold on. He says, Geek says, I can't care about something I never use. I don't own a PS5, so I never use the controller. I get that 300%. Yeah, but here's my problem. This is my problem. Oh, wait, hold on. I wanted to highlight this because Ron is crazy. Like Ron says Stadio Pro costs less. I didn't say it. Ron, I don't know. Ron is just hilarious. I have to say this though. My point is, at the end of the day, we bought a system, right, to see peak performance. You don't buy it. Listen, let's talk cars for 2 seconds. I'm pretty sure everybody has heard of a Hellcat or knows a fast car. We'll use Gone in 60 seconds. You don't go and buy Eleanor to do 3 miles an hour. That is like the dumbest thing in the world. My PlayStation is Eleanor. I didn't buy a PlayStation 5 to only be able to do 3 miles an hour. I want to see the power of the PS5. Now, the game being developed, that doesn't bother me. But it bothers a lot of people that Gotham Knights wasn't developed. And I'm kind of sticking up for Gotham Knights at this point. One, I really like the game. And if we cut all emotions out of it, it doesn't look horrible. But I have yet to see anybody go off that this game has not been designed for the PS5 to its true capability. Now, I didn't read these comments. I'm sure there's some people out there.
The reason why that's not an issue, because one, it's two different things than the Gotham Knight situation, but you keep making it the same, but it's not. And two, you can't tell me a game that tell me one game that pushed the PlayStation 5 to its limits. Then
I can't. I can't. I can tell you one that came close. I can tell you two that came close, but didn't push it to the limits. But they're trying to get there is my point. Okay. Horizon Forbidden West and Returnal.
Now you're saying that. Did the developer say that?
No, they're not. Why would the developer come out and tell you that? Which is why I feel like the Gotham Knights developer kind of shot themselves in the foot. Like,
they wouldn't have been able to get away with it.
Anything.
They wouldn't have been able to get away with it because nowadays, like my monitor has an FPS counter, so I'd have been looking at the counter like, why does this say 30?
Oh yeah, so yeah, it is what it is.
You're like, hold on.
Hold on, let's see what Ideal says. He says the PS5 controller hasn't done anything new, but wake. Yo, he ain't lying. Yo, but Wiggins get up from a nap. I can dig it. It's 1 year. I geek. Listen, I get that it's 1 year, and I get that there's a lot of games to play. But my point again, you don't go and buy the whole shebang, kit and caboodle just to not be able to use it.
No. It's not 1 year. So just look at the last God of War. We're gonna take it is for what it is, right? The last God of War came out in 2018. And it just came on PC January? That's how many years? So
Spider-Man PS4 was 2017. I think they just got that last year.
So his 1 year, he definitely speeding up that time a bit.
Yeah. Check this is crazy though. Nerds World is saying he's having the same problem that my good friend Ideal is having. Gotham Knights lied to me, told me I could run it, then update it and made it impossible. And he's having this issue too. And it crashes on launch. But now here's where it gets real crazy. So yesterday, I decided, I want to say it was Marvel Avengers. I was playing a digital game, and it just crashed on me out of nowhere, and I couldn't open it. So I'm starting to wonder if there's an issue with PlayStation in their digital games, because they're just crashing out on everybody, but it's clearly crashed out on Gotham Knights. But that's what I'm wondering. So...
Well, they put their foot in their mouth because they made it sound like that the game is being pushed so hard, right? They was the one like, oh, we can't put 60 frames because of the dynamic tethering system. So, I mean,
I disagree with that. I think that's listen. I think and I hate to give them credit. I think what's that game? I can't think of right now. That game that Destiny, when I tell you Destiny literally broke the barrier, I feel like Destiny broke the barrier. Destiny pretty much showcased what is possible in co-op play. like co-op/cross play. Like that's a massive online server, man, and it worked perfect. And I get it. There's a lot of things that go into the factor, the money, to this, to that. But just be honest about it. Don't come out and give us this crazy excuse that holds no water. Oh, we couldn't do it. So are you serious? Really? You couldn't do it? Please. I'm going to answer your question. And right now, Sanchez, the next thing I will be game flying is actually going to be this. Nice. Sonic the Hedgehog. I will be game flying Sonic Frontiers. I cannot wait to play that game. I think it's going to be fun. We are going to go ahead and move on with the news. Cowboy, I'm grateful for the conversation. I know you're gonna end up leaving soon, but thank you very much.
You know what, man? I'm enjoying this so much. I'm gonna push my stream back to when you finish, man. You know,
this is perfect. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's have a news segment. This is gonna be awesome. Cowboy, I don't know if you're big in the Phillies, but I want to say, since we're gonna do that real quick, let's quickly touch this. Everybody go watch this. This is really cool. I retweeted it. Everybody, the Phillies won last night. We are up right now, and I'm so excited. Okay, let's get back. We were talking about the God of War. This is really cool. Somebody actually put America inside of Caelid, and if you played Elden Ring, then you kind of get to see how big this map really is. Yo, this world is huge. So yeah.
But
so
but I feel like, so bring that back up again. I just want to call BS on this. All right, so they showed this, right? Look how big that one tree is. Really? A tree is bigger than like a bunch of states? Man, they don't get
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. When you play the game and you see that Earth tree, bro, listen, I'm telling you right now, man, you don't understand how big this game is. Listen,
bro,
okay.
And people like you fall for this nonsense.
Listen, I'm telling you, Amazon Ron says Outriders on Stadia never get. Yo, Ron is upset with Stadia today. He's going in. Ron, we gotta talk, man. We gotta talk.
We're about to start thinking Ron and Eminar is the same person.
Yeah, I know, right? Could you imagine? Geek says this is a cat. Geek, I disagree. Listen, that Erd tree is huge, man. And this is a minor Erd tree. I'm pretty sure these aren't even the big trees in the game.
Bro, I don't play the game and went from there to there. That is
no. Yo. All right. So let's wrap up this God of War 30 frames, 60 frames talk, and then we'll move on to the next topic.
Let's get into it.
Yeah. So here's my thing. Here's where I'm at with it. I don't think I'm necessarily confusing or conflating the two ideas. This is my final stand on it. And I'll let you get the last word. But this is my final stand. We got, once again, PlayStation 5s because it was the next gen. So we expect next gen. Yeah. I'm not expecting God of War to push the PlayStation 5 to the limits. But I am expecting, I'm not expecting this either. I'm not expecting you to design the game to achieve the best possible experience on PS4. Do you want to know why? That should be common sense. That's like a dad going, I'm a good dad. I make sure my kid eats. You're supposed to make sure your kid eats. Are you serious? You're supposed to make sure it runs good on a PlayStation 4. But it should run even better and better and better on the PlayStation 5. We should have two betters, not one. And giving me a 120 hertz mode, cool. The naked eye, most people aren't even going to see the difference. And you know I'm not lying. Most people aren't going to see the difference. I'm starting to learn who he is. Get to know him better. Not Lo-Fi. Not TK9. Oh man, he's the Call of Duty guy. He was in your stream yesterday.
Oh, ISO
was breaking down 30 verse 60 verse 90 verse 120. And ISO said the craziest thing ever. And this is ISO. Like, he's got it down pat. He said, if I remember correctly, so ISO, don't kill me if I'm saying this wrong. He said, it comes to a certain point where your eyes can't see the difference. So if my eyes can't see the difference, why would you still not optimize it for the better experience on PlayStation 5? It should be good on PlayStation 4.
This way saying was after, and I said the same thing when I did the Destiny 120 frames mode. Once you first switch to that mode, you'll see the difference. You'll be like, whoa. But after about a few minutes, your eyes just adjust and your brain just continues the feel of the playing of the game. Now, I will say this. I played yesterday in 120 frames mode. And I was like, bro, it looked the same. Everybody could hear me say it. You know what I did? I said, I'm going to turn it off because I felt when you turn it on, the game don't look as good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Turn it off, and I was like, oh. Like when I turned left and right, I was like, oh.
Oh, so you can see a difference.
Not forget seeing. At this point, I could feel.
You could feel a difference.
When I was playing on 120, I was like, bam, bam, bam. And when I took
you was getting cooked.
When I took it off, I was like, oh wow, I could feel that.
So you're telling me.
Go ahead.
So you're telling me that 120 feels more fluid.
Oh, yes, that's the whole thing about frames. Forget the look. So because we get caught up where we always explain frames by saying you can see what it looked like. Forget that. If we could throw that out the book and remember what Marvel Avengers does. When you go on Marvel Avengers, the next gen mode, not the last gen, when you click on it, it actually explains the difference. And it says, if you're really into crystal clear graphics, do 4K 30. And it said, if you're into the smoothness, you want to pull off combos faster. It says this on the game. It says do the 60 frames. So imagine 120, which is double, right?
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be. I see what you're saying. It's gonna be like a fluid. I understand.
Yeah,
I understand that.
The motion, but is it the end all be all? No, because if I never put it on that mode, I would never. Like I was playing the demo, the beta, and I didn't know it had a 120 mode on the beta, so I never knew, right?
Mhm.
But it's like you don't know what you know until you know what you know, and that's why PC people say, but you can't go back. Because now, whenever I play that game, I'm definitely putting it on 120. I ain't going back. But you know what I'm saying? But could I jump in there real quick? Now,
Absolutely.
You said a dad, you was giving an analogy of a father would definitely feed his kids. Now,
no, I said he should. I said he should. So
okay.
Yeah, like if a dad is like, "Oh, I'm a good father because I make sure you eat and put a roof over your head." Like your kid is 2. He didn't ask to be here. You should be doing that.
Okay,
like,
so pull that God of War thing back up, please.
All right, give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
All right.
Now,
let's actually get into the tweet.
The reason why, okay, let me get the PS4 part. Let me see.
It's designed the game to achieve the best possible experience for the PS4.
As one of the studio's goals for designing the game was to achieve the best possible experience for the PS4. Now, reason why I'm gonna bring that up, and again, you missed out on the whole drama, but everybody, a lot of people, when you guys hear this, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Dag, he's right." CD Projekt Red developed a very popular game that was most anticipated game for I think 7 years in development, 11.
Yeah, that game. Yeah.
Cyberpunk. You know what it wasn't? It was not optimized well for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. So much so that the problem is the developers never sent the dev kit out. The studio never sent the dev kit out so people could actually feel what it felt like, right? There was no demos for the old gen. So when it came out, it damn near broke. So the internet went crazy, so much so that Sony pulled the game off of their own PlayStation store. They wouldn't allow consumers to purchase it because it was so broken. And CD Projekt Red lost so much and their stocks went down because, scroll back up real quick, because it wasn't designed. They didn't design the game to fully. There it is. Design the game. Hold up. The goal was for designing the game to achieve the best possible experience on the PlayStation 4. So they spelled that out because when people start saying the next gen has 120 frames and this and that, then the people with PlayStation 4s, we could agree it's way more PlayStation 4s out than PlayStation 5.
Mm-hmm.
Those people would be like, so is my game going to be trash like Cyberpunk? Is it going to be messed up? And they're letting them know, no, you're going to be assured that when you get it on your PlayStation 4, it's gonna be fully optimized. Now, that's just doing your due diligence as the father, you say.
Yeah, but you should. But okay. So you're a game developer, all right? Cowboy Studios, and you're developing God of War. Right. I don't know, 15. You know, right. Love it. God of War, Love and Thunder. Okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. God of War, Love and Thunder. You know, Cowboy's doing it, right?
Okay.
Okay, and there's a PlayStation 5 and a PlayStation 6 just came out last year.
Right.
Wouldn't it just be common sense to automatically develop that game for the best possible experience for PlayStation 5 anyway?
Let me ask you a question. You've heard of a very popular game called The Witcher?
Yes.
CD Projekt Red, you would think they make The Witcher. You would think with that caliber of game, they would have said, we make this type of caliber games. When we make a game, Cyberpunk, it's gonna be amazing on all platforms. That's not what happened. So it's easy to say you would think, but they're one of the top studios and they didn't do it themselves. So I think it's okay for PlayStation themselves to put that statement out just to say, just so you know, our game, because that was one of the biggest, that's what actually helped put Stadia on the map. When that game came out, as I was saying earlier in the car ride, is that game, there was two places to play that game the best as possible. One was a high-end PC, and two was Stadia. If you played it on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, first of all, the Xbox and the PlayStation 5, they didn't have the next gen version yet. So they was playing the old version.
I remember that. Yeah, you only could get that. Yep, I remember that.
Having issues. So yeah, it's easy to say you should do this and that, but again, not every studio has the same caliber of developers, right? Maybe
I get that, but there should be you just said. You just said it.
Right.
CD Projekt Red. They developed The Witcher. In fact, The Witcher was so good, we're getting a remake. We can't get a Bloodborne remake, but we're getting a Witcher remake.
Well,
okay.
They didn't develop the Bloodborne, so.
I understand that. I'm just saying we can't get a Bloodborne remake. Okay, so listen. Here's the point. The point is, you should be smart enough to know, you know what? We got to make this work good on PlayStation 4 because what? And this is just mind blowing to me anyway. When like you said, it took 11 years to develop the game. Then there was a PlayStation 5 shortage because of a pandemic. You would think they would say, you know what? We need to optimize this right away. You said they didn't send a developer kit out. Guess what? That ain't on me. That's on you.
Yeah.
You're the one who's developing the game.
I was just mainly saying that it's easy to say that, but one of the biggest games to come out was Cyberpunk, and their developer didn't do what you're suggesting. So I'm just saying that it's easy to say they should do this and do that across the board, but there's other developers that's not doing it. Like we both agree, another studio probably would have pulled off the 60 frame mode and got them Knights. Like, let's be real.
Oh, yeah. I think
Naughty Dog, they would have did.
Yeah, they're gonna listen. I think what happened with Gotham, in all honesty, I think they were just like, I'm starting to realize this is happening in all of everything, not like in all of media. Everybody's getting to a place where they're afraid to miss out. There's so many different TV shows coming out now: The Walking Dead, the Batman this, the Marvel that. We got She-Hulk. And I'm not saying that stuff isn't cool. That's the last thing I'm saying. But people are rushing so much to get everything done. Right. And because they're rushing so much to get everything done, well, what's the fastest way to cut corners? Okay, well, do we really need to do 30 frames per second if it looks good? No, we don't. Well, people are going to get backlash. So what? They're still going to buy the game, which people did buy the game, right? And some people can't play the game, and that's very horrible because I'm kind of an advocate for Gotham Knights at this point. Now, I'm not like, I haven't dove in the pool 100%, but I am like approaching it because I really like the game. I really like the gameplay. But my bigger point is always going to be this. You cannot argue or be mad that Gotham Knights was only 30 frames per second and not scream about this. But I'm starting to see in the comments, it looks like people are actually going off. Overwhelming abhorrence, right? Even with this sad news, still looks better than anything Xbox has. I didn't write that. I'm just reading it. Okay, guys, so don't be mad at me. I don't hate Xbox. All right, still looks amazing. How further this can be will be eye opening once we see next gen only build, and that's what I'm saying.
I was saying to you earlier is that
this should be that already.
No. But you are warning. So here's the thing: if you had a crystal ball and you knew that your car was going to get scratched tonight, if you were still complaining about it and you knew it was going to happen, I feel shame on you, right? If your girl said, I don't work out, and 5 years later you mad that she don't work out, shame on you. Now, if you follow video game trends, there's never been a day, year one of a console, and you had a game that a developer said, we just push the limits. That always take years. Again, I told you earlier, Last of Us 1, when it came out on PlayStation 3, that was the end of its cycle. I think it was part 3 or was it part 4 of Uncharted? End of its cycle. You was like, look at these graphics. So what you want, I would want too. I'm just not saying it because I know that's not what happens. You're more complaining about something because you're not following the trends. So you're kind of like, this is what I want, and I want it now. And I'm like, bro, you ain't getting that.
Well, I'm not saying I want it. I'm not saying I mean, obviously I want it, but I'm not. But I'm not. My thing is this. Yo, stop giving Gotham Knights so much hate. Because this is doing the same exact thing.
No.
But it is.
Gotham
wait. Gotham Knights is not optimized for the PS5 Pro. Yes or no?
No, so you
can't. I'm a Florida Cowboy. I'm Florida Cowboy. Yes or no? Is Gotham Knights optimized for the PS5? Yes or no?
Yes, it is.
Okay. It's not.
It is.
It can't be. It's at 30 frames per second.
The developer that made the game told you they couldn't do it.
Okay, Cowboy. Cowboy. My stream right now. I developed this stream. My stream right now is optimized for the PS5.
All I'm telling you is that's what they said. They made the game, right? That's what they said. Now, if they backpedal in a year or let's give them 4 months from now, they come out with a 60 frame mode, you're going to be like, really? But as of right now, that's what they said. Now hear me out. Their studio, like I said, they probably couldn't pull it off. Somebody else probably could, right? You get a PlayStation 5 developer that's been developing for it, they might pull it off. So I feel like it's not the same thing. Like I just feel like the term optimized, but because they said they couldn't do it, we really can't hold them to it. Now, if it was just fans saying using the term optimized, right, which we do all the time, right? That's why I was trying to explain to Doc Dark. That's why he need to use his vocabulary. But the developer
don't come at me. Come at him, bro. Come at him, bro.
You don't heard the Cowboy say it a million times. He need to get himself together because first of all, he's a broke gamer and he's a non-gamer.
Leave Doc alone. Leave Doc alone.
But you know, that's my only problem is I can't blame them because this is what they said they couldn't do. Now, let me ask you this. Could it be the resources? Could it be the time constraints?
That's exactly what it is. It's all of that. It's the resources. It's the time constraints. It's the this. It's the that. I agree with you on that.
Right.
All I'm saying is I want to see as much shade thrown at God of War right now. And I love God of War. I want to see as much shade thrown at God of War as Gotham Knights. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Batman fan, because let's historically look at the Batman games. There have only been 2 good ones.
I'm going to tell you why you can't even do it.
Well, because God of War is so big.
No. This is why you're going to get backhanded. You got one game that you're like, they need to have 60. They only got 30, right? That was the gripe.
Yeah, and you're right. I get you. And this game is already at 120. It's already
like,
started.
Bro, don't you compare us the same. They're like, don't you put us in that bucket.
Right. But listen. They may not be in the 30/60/120 bucket. But guess what? You're still in the same boat. You're not in the same room, but you're still in the same boat of you're not optimizing. You're not giving us the best experience. I mean, you're going to give us an experience, but this is not the greatest experience possible.
Then you could say every game. Don't say God of War. Say we should be mad at every single PlayStation 5 game. Because
I just gave you 2 you can't be mad at. No, you said name 2 games. You said name 2 games.
And I asked you which developer of those games told you that.
Oh, I don't know. No, nobody.
Zero.
Yeah, so yeah.
So a developer say, man, we pushed the PlayStation to its limit. There was literally nothing else we could have done to this game because the PlayStation couldn't handle it.
Well, I don't think. Well, here's the thing. I don't think you can actually push a game to the limits. I know that sounds kind of funny for my argument because you don't know what the PlayStation 5. I was like, wait, that sounds dumb, right? But you don't know what the PlayStation 5 can actually do.
I mean, a developer can, because the developer would be able to say, okay, let's say this game we want. That's why cloud gaming was so important. A developer might say, man, this game to pull it off with the Unreal 5 engine, we would need 13 teraflops. Right now, there's no console with 13 teraflops. So a developer could say, we got to cut it down. We're not going to be able to, we're going to be pushing this to its limits, right? Because, you know, or what I watched a video with the developer IGN, they was talking about the limitation of the Series S. They said the issue, a developer, he said the issue is space, is memory. The Series S has very limited memory. So when you're making a game for that, you got to keep remembering, bro, you don't have that much memory to work with. And that's what some people are saying. Actually, the issue with Gotham Knights is they also had to make Microsoft force you to make a version for both consoles. I'm choking here.
Yeah, you're choking because you're about to lose this argument. You good, bro? Oh, he's coughing. I was like, well, hold on, let's make sure you're good before we start making jokes. That's the last thing you want to do. Make a joke out of dude as he's dying. Like, that's not cool. Cowboy, let us know when you're feeling better. Oh, he's back. He's back.
Man.
Yeah, you're choking on your words because you know what you're about to say is hodgepodge.
Listen. Giving you a lot of facts.
It's not. It's listen. I get it, and I agree with you. I almost said Stadia gaming. Cloud gaming, it literally did push the envelope. People aren't ready for that yet. I think that's why I feel people aren't ready for it yet. There's too much. I'll say it like this: there's too much money to be lost in cloud gaming.
Right.
Like literally, you're gonna lose consoles. You're gonna lose everything. You're gonna lose physical copies. Like a lot of people can't say they bought a physical copy. Here's my PlayStation 5. Wow, you guys can't even see that camera is horrible. I gotta get a better camera. My PlayStation 5. Let me see it. Okay. Cool. That's going to go away. Cool. Right. Then you got to get into the argument of like digital copyrights and all that other stuff. Okay, cool. I get that. All I'm saying is you can't be mad that Gotham Knights is 30 frames per second. And let's get away from the 30 frames per second. You cannot be mad that Gotham Knights is not being pushed to the limit or close to the limit or even trying to touch the bar when God of War's not. It's that simple. You can't. Why would you be mad? Oh, I'm mad that God of War or Gotham Knights is blah, blah, blah. If you're going to be mad at Gotham Knights, be mad at, I believe it was Sanchez. He got it and he's not able to play it. Be mad like Ideal is mad because the game keeps freezing and it breaks. Don't be mad that it's not running on it or you got it on PlayStation 5.
So listen, here's what you're doing out of context. There's a specific issue that the community has with Gotham Knights. It cannot run at 30 or more than 30. Okay?
No, that's not. Okay, no, that's not specific. Because when you drill it down, what does that mean? It's not using the power of the PlayStation 5.
No. The developers didn't say they're not using the power. The developers say they can't pull it off. That's what the developer said, right? No matter how you slice it, if you can't pull it off. All right. Let's go back to the car analogy. You're 18 years old. You're 18 years old and you want to be a drift racer. And you got the best drifting car in the world, okay? You went and learned it. But you can't pull it off. That's because you can't maximize on the power of that car. It's not your fault. It's not about resources. You just can't do it. That's exactly when you drill it down. That's what it comes down to. All I'm saying is if you get specific, the issue was they couldn't do a 60 frames or above, and God of War can. So when you put them, and when you say get mad at this, is like, for what? We could do what they could do and more.
This is very true, and they can do it. So now, guess what? We are in the same ballpark, bro. You know what? You happen to be the Houston Astros, and I happen to be Los Philadelphia Phillies, mi amigo. Here's the problem: you got hitters, I got hitters. You just didn't maximize last night. God of War is going to maximize, but that doesn't mean that God of War is going to maximize to its full potential. Now, I will give you this. No game is going to be able to maximize to its full potential. But at the end of the day, we're talking wins versus losses. If Gotham Knights is not using any of the power, if Gotham Knights isn't using 30% of the power of the PS5, that's an issue. If God of War isn't using 30% of the PS5, that's an issue. The problem is people are going to run around and say God of War is so much better, which it is going to be better, and I know that. I'm not even about to tell you. I know. Listen, I know God of War is going to be better. I'm just saying, let's equally hate. Let's be this comment right here. Let's be this comment that's like, well, minus the Xbox thing. Yeah, even with this sad news, still looks better. It still looks amazing. And and I get that. Let's talk about it. Or let's rewrite this. While this is not maximizing the PS5, we thought it was better to maximize for the PS4 because there's more PS4s out there. That's a business decision. Ain't nobody gonna be mad about that. You know what we're gonna say? We're going to be like, yo, this is optimized on PS4. If you got a PS4 Pro, it's going to look phenomenal. I think this might actually look better on the PS4 Pro than it does the PS5. I could be wrong, but that's what it was made for. It was made for that.
I think the thing is you're forgetting too is this isn't like Gotham. The game developers made a game for all these different platforms, right? This is a Sony-owned studio making a game for a Sony-owned console. So they know how much they wanted to put in the game and not. And their game, right? They did everything they wanted to do. Remember, we went crazy as 98 gigs or whatever crazy it is, right? Like, whoa.
Yeah, right? Yeah, we did. Yeah,
right? So that's
a big game.
Right, that's a big game. But they're even saying that, dude, if we wanted to, we could have add more. Like,
but that's my point. Hold on. And listen, I like Elden Ring. And what was my biggest complaint about Elden Ring? The game was a little too more.
Right.
Okay.
Too much.
But yeah. I love the game. But then don't tell me what you can do. We can add more. Put up or shut up. You are Sony. You have one of the greatest. Listen, I hate to tell you. Yo, the reason I got into, two reasons I got into PlayStation. One was Metal Gear Solid 2. And when I started falling out of video gaming, God of War brought me back. But Xbox had a rival. And that was, what was it, Prince of Persia, I think? But then I think Prince of Persia ended up going to PlayStation 2. And I was just like, Prince of Persia is not going to cut it. It's not going to happen. Like, it's not working. But my point is this. Don't tell me what you can do. Show me.
And when you see God of War, you're going to be like, yo, this game looks amazing.
I agree. But you know what I want? I want my brain on the wall. You want to know why? Because I spent money for a PlayStation 5.
Well, I think this is when people say you need a PC for that.
Well, I can't. We've already discussed can't go PC route because I'll be waiting to what 2031. Oh my God of War is so great, dude! It's 2031, man. We're on like God of War 18. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I can't do that. But Sanchez says they're gonna do a hot fix. Cowboy, thank you for your takes on this, man. We got to the second news story. It was great though. It was a good conversation. You know I'm gonna love to argue this more with you. You already know that.
Well, we'll have to table it after the game comes out. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And because I'm still gonna be like I think. Listen, real talk. I think the game's gonna look. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. God of War is getting Game of the Year. In fact, I don't know how, but it's gonna get Game of the Year for 2022 and 2023. I know. I think this game is gonna be that spectacular. All I'm saying is, where's the hate? Show me the hate. And I'm not saying I'm looking for people to hate on it, but come on. It's supposed to be a PS5 game. And once again, this dude, like, somebody put in there, can you quote a source? We don't even know if this is true. It's just a good talking point, But I love the idea that they're supposed to achieve the best possible experience for the PS4. Well, duh, you should want to do that. That makes sense. But I don't want I'll say this. I don't want a game like, and I'll use Callisto Protocol. I don't know if it's still in development. I don't know if the name changed. Let's just use that. In fact, you know what? Let's go CD Projekt Red. Let's go with The Witcher. The one they're remaking. I don't want The Witcher to come out and us be looking at God of War going, dang, man, I wish they did this in God of War. That's what I don't want.
Yeah, so I think that's going to happen to every game the longer. Remember, these developers get better and better at using the tech, right? And remember, what gets better, what improves? Technology. So imagine if God of War was on Unreal 4, and then a year later, Unreal 5 come out. Obviously, a game on Unreal 5 is going to look better, right?
I agree with you, but okay, now hear me out. I could be wrong. Hear me out. The Unreal 5 engine been out for how long? About a year now?
Something like that.
And this is probably going to be the dumbest thing I've ever said, or one of the dumbest things. How hard, and this is more a question because I don't know. How hard, and I don't know if God of War is on Unreal Engine 5. Let's say it's not. Let's say it's on Unreal Engine 4. How hard is it to port it over to the Unreal 5 engine to make it look better, run smoother, look so much more crisp and clear? That can't be hard. Even if they did a press release. Hey, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna delay this game back to January.
Stop. Games have their own game engines. Do you know the Resident Evil? They're on their own game engine called the RE engine, right? So imagine they say these engines is what makes the game run. So you're saying, hey, strip down what makes your game run and redo the game. This is what killed Stadia. This is why Stadia had so much issues, because it was everything was developed on Linux, and people had to say, forget what I was using and redevelop a Linux version of their game. And that was very difficult for a lot of people. That messed Stadia up, right? So Stadia was trying to create new porting tools to make you be able to just take your game and put it on their platform. You're saying somebody already made a game and I want to strip it down and then remake it on the Unreal Engine.
I'm not even saying that. Like, I could be wrong. It's almost like seamless. It's seamless maneuverability, right? Like, so, like, for instance, right now, right? Let's say I'm gonna go. I'm on my other screen. You obviously can't see my other screen. Check this out. Now you can see my other screen. Why can't they do that? How hard was that to do? I just moved the screen over.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard a game being delayed? Have you ever?
All the time. All the time.
If you could just snap your finger and pull a screen over, bro, there would be never game delays. What you're saying is so crazy.
Hey, man, I'm forward thinking, bro. I'm ahead of the curve. Listen, I'm ahead of the curve, man. I can't help. I'm not a monster.
Yeah. You about 80 years out, bro.
Yo, I'm forward thinking. Yo, I'm too good for this world.
Man, why they don't just grab the game and swap it over? I say,
man, let's see. Let's see real quick. Let's see. It says they probably have their own engine. UE5 is owned by Epic.
Right.
Wow. Didn't know that.
No.
Okay. All right. When you said that's what I was saying. I was like, wow. All right, guys, so we're coming about up on time. Cowboy, listen, it was a good discussion. We got to one news story, which is cool. We'll probably get to some more next week, which is awesome. I just want to look quickly. Cowboy, I do want to touch this real quick. Yeah. And then, Cowboy, I want you to tell me what you got going on. So, EA, Unreal Engine 5. Gonna look amazing. They said that a major IP will be released before March 31st, 2023. It may just be Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think it's gonna be this. Okay. I think it's gonna be that Iron Man game that they're talking about that's in development. I'm so serious, and I think they know what they're doing. I think they have it, and I'm just like, yo. So what do you think? What do you think it's gonna be?
I'm gonna go with the Jedi game.
You're gonna go with the Jedi? Are you gonna play it?
No, yeah.
You're gonna game fly it.
hey, listen. You know what was cool the other day, right? So somebody asked me yesterday, right? Who was it? Somebody wrote. They was like, "Oh, Cowboy, are you getting Evil West?" I was like, oh yeah." And oh no, and ISO was like, I'm not sure. And I said, you know what? That's what's going to make, now I'm going to use this to distinguish my channel differently from everybody else's. Because you're going to get me playing the latest and greatest of every game. You know why? Because I can. So when y'all hate on Gamefly and you be like, I'm not sure if I'm getting that game. I will. You want to see Evil West? You'll see it on this channel.
Listen, Gamefly has saved me. I'm not even making this up. My first couple of games that I Gameflyed, I sent back, and I was like, "Thank God I didn't buy it." Yo, I'd have been pissed.
Yo, Gamefly be having you like,
yo, yes, yeah. And listen, I'm a fan of the Turtles. I love the Turtles. I grew up playing the arcade, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta buy this!" And I was literally trying to scratch pennies together to pay for the full edition. And I just signed up for Gamefly. I was like, oh, this is going to be the perfect test. Let's see what it does. At best case, I'll get it on discount for like $10. I shipped that. Yo, I'm not even lying. I got that game. It was a Friday, I believe, and at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I played Saturday morning, and then my man came over, and we played for like 2 hours. And that thing was right back in the mailbox. I was like, nah.
So let me say this. So you asked me what I got going on.
Yeah, so tell us what you got going on today.
So yesterday I did my first impression of the most popular game out right now, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. I did my first impression of the multiplayer. Today, I will be doing my first impression of the campaign, right? And then they got co-op missions, right?
Okay.
But I already could see from yesterday it was fun. But you know what's going to happen tonight when I finish playing that game?
It's going right back in the box. It's going right back to game.
I'll be getting the Gotham Knight so I could see what I think.
Yeah. So listen, So I'm gonna say this: when you get Gotham Knights, and I don't stream on like Thursdays. I sometimes do Thursdays, but not every Thursday. Thursdays and Fridays. Make sure you hit me up. Let's see if we can do the story co-op campaign together. But do me a favor if you can. I need you to gamefly one thing for me because I really need to check out the multiplayer. I guess I could do it without you.
What, Ghostbusters?
That Ghostbusters, man. I think Monday I'm gonna actually play Ghostbusters. I'm gonna move Monday Night Fights to the following Monday. And just take care of it then. I think we'll wrap up. I think we all know who the new tribal chief is going to be. I have yet to concede. I don't know if I'm willing to, but I might be able to bring it back because I've been practicing. So, but yeah, I'm going to definitely play some Ghostbusters, I think, on Monday. We're going to have a blast with it. Maybe I'll do a pop-up stream tomorrow. I didn't plan on streaming tomorrow, but maybe I'll do a pop-up stream tomorrow and we'll stream some Ghostbusters. But I know that would be really fun. Like you did say, it's an asymmetric game, so being able to either be the ghost or whatever, that seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah. Oh, Sanchez says it right there. Yes, Ghostbusters co-op stream. Yeah, that would be really, really cool, man. So. But guys, listen. Cowboy's about to start a stream. Cowboy, seriously, I can't thank you enough for hanging out and chatting it up with me today. I appreciate that, man. That's really, really cool. If I would have known you was going to do that, I would have grabbed more news topics and we could have really argued it out today. That would have been fun, man.
You know what? We had such a great conversation on the ride to work this morning. And I was like, when I jumped in and you was talking about it, I was like, I love talking with you, whether we agree or disagree, because it's always entertaining. And I feel like I love when people bring value to my content, and I think you and I just having a discussion is and I think it's entertaining. I could be wrong, but I think it is. So I was like, you know what, dude, we're cool. I'll push my thing back a half an hour because how cool would it be that me and my guy just kind of have this epic debate, man?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I thought I retweeted. I want to ask you one more thing. I promise I'm gonna shut up. I promise. Here it is right here. That's why I'm not seeing. I'm like, why can't I see this? I probably should unpin this tweet, to be honest with you. So that's okay. So I gotta ask you this. This was brought to my attention earlier. I want to ask you what you think about this. We're getting the PS VR. Oh, this doesn't show the price, but the price of this thing is like $579.
$550.
It's $550. It costs more than a PlayStation 5.
Right.
And I'm not hating on PlayStation VR. It's the last thing I'm doing. I don't think it's going to hold up to the Oculus, bro. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it will. They're going to have to come out with a newer Oculus. So I don't know how much you looked into this. This thing has new technology to where your eyes look, the screen look. So I remember people was like, bro, it got to cost like $700 with the technology. I was like, that's too much. It can't be more than $500. So now it's $550. So the tech that they're putting in it is like crazy. So I think that you got to think about it. Ask yourself, how old is the Oculus now, right? It's old tech, right? That'd be like the PlayStation 4 you have, and they come out of PlayStation 5, and you'd be like, it can't be better than a PlayStation 4.
Wait. You're telling me that'd be like having a PlayStation 4, and then they come out with the PlayStation 5 God of War that's only optimized for the PlayStation 4?
No, the PlayStation 5 God of War is going to do 120 frames.
Okay. I was trying to trap you there, man. I was definitely trying to get you. I was trying.
So, me personally, I told Mr. Urban World, and also just so you guys know, if you're not in my Discord, Mr. Urban World has moments where he leaves the community for a while. So it's a little bittersweet, but he wants to focus on some financial projects he's been working on. And so for him, he's the type of person where he's in everybody's stream. He spends so much time. So he's been telling people, hey, I'm gonna be taking my exit soon. And he did it a couple of times before. Matter of fact,
did it yesterday too.
Last time he did it, the person who got him to come back to the community was my wife. She actually wrote him, and he was going for about a month, and she wrote him on a Stadia chat, which is gonna be going soon. She was like, listen, man, we need you. You got to come back. And he was going back and forth with her for a couple of days, and he decided to come back, and he gave credit to her. But but this time he's like, listen, I got some things I got to do. So
yeah, he said he was trying to get ready for the holiday season too, I'm gonna support that, man. No ifs, ands, or buts. Make sure I don't know what the prices of all his pieces, but everybody, please make sure you try to find them, and maybe I'll show a couple. I'll get in touch with him and ask him if I can share his store, because I know he's trying. You know what I mean? Like that'd be cool to show that support.
He does jewelry.
Yep, he does the
cable.
jewelry. Yep,
he's into everything, guys. He doesn't work because he's, that's what he does. But he got some secret YouTube channels he's been working on. He got a lot of stuff. So I'm bringing his name up because he's the biggest fan of VR that I know.
VR. Yep.
I told him, I said, dude, I told him I'd never liked VR, wasn't into it, but I said, listen, I got a PlayStation 5, and if you get a PSVR 2, I will buy it. So I'm standing on it. So if Mr. Urban World gets it, it's $550. I will spend $550. If he get it, I will be getting it also. So I'm just putting it out there. So
I'm gonna throw this out there. If you get the PSVR,
here we go.
Okay, I need to get 1,000 subscribers, and then I'll get a PSVR.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That way I can pay for it.
Hey,
I got a baby coming, man. I can't shell out another $550.
Yeah.
Come on. Or if I hit that 1.3 million lotto, then we'll go ahead and do it. I hit that one. Listen. I want everybody who's in the chat to see this right now. There's 8 people in here, or at least I can see the number says 8. Let me win that 1.3 million. I promise all y'all getting $1 million. And here's why. That's only 8 million. I'm a billionaire. I'll be fine. I promise. You go with it right here, right now.
You won't be a billionaire after they take them taxes out.
Yeah, but I'm sure I'll be able to get rid of 8 million and be fine.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end the show. Cowboy is about to start streaming. Thank you, Cowboy, so much for hanging out with us today. Really cool, really awesome. You guys know that words, the spaghetti that is coming out of my mouth right now that I can't even get out. You guys, I can't say it. You guys know what I like to say. Life is a game, so make sure you play. Real quick, jump into Cowboy stream. He is going to be streaming. Tomorrow is Thursday. I always hype up Purple. She's going to have an interview. Make sure you check her out. I don't know if anybody else is streaming. I do know this. I want to say this really quick before I stop my stream. My man Dorgon is writing a script. Guys, make sure you go and vote. There's 19 hours left. Please vote. Dorgon is that dude. Check him out. If I'm missing anybody, please charge it to my memory and not my heart. Like I said, you know what I love to say, life is a game. Make sure you play. I'll see you guys on the next one. Cowboy, I am going to jump in your stream in about 10 minutes. You guys have a good one. I'll catch up with y'all. In the meantime, I'll see y'all on Monday. Possibly pop-up stream tomorrow. Peace. Stay blessed. Keep the love going.
Hey, what's going on, guys? That was so much fun. We had a blast. We got to get through it. We got to play some video games. We got to have some good conversation. There was a bunch of energy. It was awesome. Yo, I had a blast. I hope you guys had a blast. I'm very humbled because you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to spend this time with me. So I'm very, very grateful. If you want to see more content like this, it's very simple. All you got to do is like, comment, and please subscribe. If you want to go ahead and you want to throw a tip in the tip jar, that's simple as well. All you have to do is check the description. The link is in the description. Any and all tips are appreciated. Until I see you on the next time, God bless you and you have a wonderful day. Peace.